Well, inside an edition of this day, one will look at the president in the New Year's Day speech for 2026 as a title, Year of Action. One will look at that, what's in the action mean, and how, it's issues around governance, and I hope Sierra Leoneans go work in the interest of the Year of Action in order to ensure we're able to develop Sierra Leone, move past how we do. One will look at briefly on governance and also look at the National Remembrance Day declaration by President Bill as it be happen on Sunday. Outside Sierra Leoneans across the globe, be remember that day as a very important day for Sierra Leone. Outside the late President Alhaji Ahmed Jan Kaba been declared the war over after 11 years of civil war. Inside Sierra Leone. So we can look at all of that and probably look at activities within the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP. And for that, I get it to my National Publicity Secretary, Moses Hello Mambu. Mambu, welcome to the shop this day.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Been a while. Happy New Year. We're still within the New Year period.
I tell you, thank you. I know.
Yes.
Happy New Year to AYV and all the listeners.
Yes, sure. All right, so let's talk about, let's start off first briefly on the National Remembrance Day, where the president being declared last year during the Civic Fest organized by the Ministry of Civic Education. And these are part of the president's commitment that you actually uphold, the TRC recommendation, even though it's over 200, but this one alone we do is quite very big.
Well, it only do over the years. It only do other one day because the president been directly affected by the war. It directly emotionally affected by the war, physically affected by the war because in a one person we fought the war in system. You understand? He joined the army, to take fight for down and deploy him to 3 side them. So himself involved in the war and one way or the other, the war affects them. Because if you're not a military officer, you serve during war, it's very, very difficult for make you able to navigate, even for see your family, then worry, then the emotional distress. So the National Remembrance Day was very delighted. Me, a very personal to me, because me, we see me big brother day. The American now, but I'm in during the war. I remember that day we didn't Cotian. I be in Western, in the Eastern. So then Cotian and Eastern. I remember that day we the information reach me around stadium hostels. Because see then and we all man the camp, the one stadium, the headquarters, all the makeshift IMF, MSF being makeshift hospital na you building there. Where I come and see me brother and one know the blood, the spread entire. I mean, difficult for talk about, So, it changed my life forever. So I've been there for Deutan at the hospital. Day after that, me say get involved because he affects me. Me say been get involved. Work with 2-3 NGO them for make sure say we try for repatriate people, help people and refugee them, child soldiers, child combatants. People and we come na Miata conference. I remember now we touch the ball go. They try for make sure say people and get food for eat. They displace people there. Till we been forget an NGO can build another camp na Parade Field. We be open another refugee camp na Parade Field. Where other refugee them be the candy work with them. Till the people that were affected by the war, through support of government by then and Norwegian Refugee Council at that time and other NGO them. We been for go the amputee them. The one day we then directly cut their hand and foot there na Aberdeen Old Market. I be there with my brother, myself, because I be there with them. Imagine they born you complete, then you wake in the morning, big man, you are one no day again. How you go able to navigate down there? But could they way, even after the war, they been killed themselves. Believe say life done. No need for make again any hope again. So I remember one time we did at the camp the way a lady come out America. I be inside the US Army. They call her Mama Lynn. So he come there, we show him the statistics of how much amputee they die every month. As a result of they not able to accept the situation yet. They not believe say they can get life outside the amputation. I remember we pull in, prosthesis leg, then false foot, they pull out 2 before they amputee there. All man shock. say, see, me not 2 foot. But the work are normal, you know, say America, they be do advanced with then technology, then they long time. And then introduce a sport to them. We call the single leg. We will see amputee, then they play football. And at some point, I be the coach.
Yes.
I became the coach in 2003. We go London. 2006 we go London. We come on London. 2005 we go Brazil at the World Cup. So I can tell people that can talk about football. I can tell them, say, I remember the UN Peace Commission be pay for me during that area. They for go Brazil. Up to us, so I get license, be FIFA Pro license in football. I get her. I not just pursue that career. Yes, I carry them go World Cup na Brazil. Carry them amputee them go World Cup na Turkey. Then they be help for give them new hope. They be get for renew the hope for say, hey, wow. So even though my condition they so, I can still do something productive. So from that attending now, a lot of them begin for come out of their shadows. So man begin do tailoring. So man begin selling tarpaulin. Remember then tarpaulin
yes,
there. Up to now,
yeah,
they still the way go
market.
Abadi market. Up to now they do one. So some man begin come out now and say, oh, this is the way I'm going to remain. You understand? No, there's no way with me foot or my angle come back to normal. So I get for remain. So for His Excellency declare January 18 every year as a Remembrance Day. A very, very much important. And for this government, not to now we begin implement the recommendations now the Total Reconciliation Commission. For example, the president don't pull the capital punishment. You understand? Not so. We don't bring the Human Rights Commission. Now the Peace Commission don't come. President don't pull the death penalty now book there. Not so. He don't remove the death penalty now. These are all recommendations of the TRC report. Capital punishment, death penalty we don't pull now. Repeal and for replaced in 1965 Public Order Act. We make now for practice journalism, not to turn you a criminal. President don't repeal all of that. The Giwi Act, the Act for women there. Before this time, woman there, anytime we want to go to the single couch man. Remember? No, so you are rent yourself as woman. They say, couch man, pass man, wait for waiting. How me a woman go and rent me own property or buy land? They say go couch me man. For like them. That is the worst form of degrading womanhood. So, but President Bill don't change all landing with the Giwi Act. Woman they now get 30%. You understand? Within any appointment or elective positions across the country. So, presidents have been doing it. Now there are programs and they on the pipeline for even begin pay then gratuity the former fighters, the former soldiers we fought during the war. You remember during APC tell they beat Paulo Conte and
I remember when they going for ask for their money. I know Paulo Conte was Minister of Defense.
Yeah, that I remember also we under the check close. You know, but we don't handle them in a way that would they try in as much as the pension whether they get small, would they try for make it go up even more and then give them gratuity so that some of them get picking where they go school and then need for be taken care of. So the work for reconcile this country na continuous process. And for we na SLPP and the government, as I can always say Remy, and this not to at the Duam, we can always say this humbly. You understand, to the perfection or the satisfaction of Sierra Leoneans, not to boastfulness. The destiny of Salone rests on the shoulders of SLPP. We take up their shoulder and they accept and willingly for work for the people of Salone. Because we know what it means if this country is not peaceful. We know what it means if we not remain. You remember where we go after the tripartite agreement. The agreement say within President Bio for make statement. The opposition leader for make statement. Some country you able go to na Uganda and tell Museveni for say can't make statement outside Bobby winding up. If he blow you. You understand? But the president so peaceful that when they say for make statement, even though that committee meet they agree, just because Sierra Leoneans they don't come together, they agree. He yielded. He listened. He made a statement. You understand? And talking about with peace, how we come together, how we work. Because Remy, war not in anybody's interest. War not they can't pick say you know APC. War not they can't pick say you know SLPP. War they affect everybody. Over 50,000 people lost their lives. Journalists lost their lives. They don't ever say they want 50,000 we die, 40,000 at SLPP or 10. No, not they were Sierra Leoneans we die. So when we talk about peace, how we come together, we for put green and red one side and talk about Sierra Leone. Because at the end of the day, when they say politics, now one party, one person they win. If that person they win, we all for able to come together. So for me, the day personal to me, but it also significant for sure how far we don't come out since the end of the war. No means say the triggers of the war not still there. They're still there. We still grapple with a lot of things them. That's alone. Where they show signs say if we don't address them, it can lead to problem tomorrow. But have we made progress? Yes. 20 years, 25 years down the line, we don't make tremendous progress for include this country also. Get people into government from all walks of life, from every district, from every community, for all work together. Because at the end of the day, Remy, Salon, a big pass we all.
Yeah. Very important from look of things, and we had a series of conversation with regards to that, and you know, some of the amputees them. They raise so many concerns, you know, about you know, some of you know, recommendations them, and also promises that we make to them as well. And then things say, you know, pleaded to President Bill for looking into that, and actually bring come a data we they tell you see then get over 2,000 amputees, you know, we still in active use. But it been that they don't present it to the Ministry of Civic Education, and they don't assure them that government go look into that. It's also very important.
Yes.
As
and
well.
Mr. will continue for follow up with that. The party will continue for follow up, because some, as I say, some of who all are victims indirectly were affected. Will continue for follow up. Government, we have to do more for make sure say the conditions of them people there, because especially people, the civilians, we suffer, and the one itself we fight war. If the one they now in the army see government don't do a lot for take care of the one them we been fed the previous war, then self could get hope. When I say war, they don't go put down the arm or run away. Then go join the fight, because they go know say at the end of the day, governments will come back and take care of them, their families. It's not easy, because they can say government now like Turkey, one box but your hand shot. There are so many emerging issues them and things that we government not get all the resources for address. But for the fact that government put up in a national conversation, declare a special day for remember them, that alone they turn both development partners, donors, NGOs to them again. Because there are a lot of development partners, donors, we don't forget that they move into other things. But we say, okay, in as much as we work the whole year, stop for 2 minutes. Think about where we are coming from. The victims, those who suffered, those who fought the war. Think about them. How can we coordinate? How can we work together? Make we remember them. So down the self go make now, even the development partners, donors, NGO with there, they go say, okay, every year, Lord look at the way the condition, Lord help governments in this side. We don't forget for them victims they are, the war wounded, the amputees, the soldiers. Lord think about them again. How we able for design new programs, new ways for able for address situations there. NACSA they do well already. They do a lot, and they pay money every month to the poor, the poorest among the poor. Now with society, they still they do them. But there is need for do more. Medical, school for them picking it, because on they were even blind as a result of the war. So that the economic livelihood not be there again. So as government, we have to do more, and we are doing it. Now make government don't bring the national conversation. For over years, many years, we'll not be the talk about this day. But now we don't bring the conversation, which is good. And that's what makes President Bill and the SLPP very unique. We're not afraid for confront challenges. We pull and do, make we discuss them. This is Salon, not enough for be everything but Salon, not for be Yuki. For able to put her and get a national conversation. For the past 1 week, the national conversation now the country is about the National Remembrance Day. Not so no talk about that. I don't listen to people who say, oh, government not do better, it's for the victims, the soldiers, which is good. At least we don't divert the attention to a national conversation. When all they bring, because of that, they bring so many other support towards the victim, the one that we've been really suffer as a result of the war. So we're glad for that day. As a party, we're happy for what the president and the government do through the Ministry of Civic Information and Civic Education. We want for CM every year. This is not about politics. This is not about color. It's about the green, white, and blue. For make we all step back a little bit, because the war, it touched every life. It touched every family. Whether you did Makeni, whether you did Kailau, whether you did Putloko, whether you did Kono, it touched your life. If you don't touch yourself directly. And the other thing again, what I want to touch finally on this, where this Remembrance Day important, is because generations don't pass. Because a lot of the Gen Z generation with it now, between 25 to 0 years, they don't see what we see.
Definitely.
You understand? And so they forget. Some of them, they watch on a film, they read on a book. That in various universities or colleges, they explain to them, but they don't really believe. So a day like this, now a day will go bring back victims. You see person a 2-hand court, show you picture, video will be complete. We'll show you picture and video will not be complete. Why? Because we don't want the generation will come forget. For say Salo don't go through this kind of thing here. So we want to let them get on as part of the history. For say this, even though unfortunate, but now with history, we get for confronter. We not for allow generation come and pass and it die down. We for always remember them. So that if we want go 2 tenths for create chaos or violence in the country, you go able to step back, take a deep breath and say, no, Salon don't pass through something. I not go lead anything we go make we get back there. Make we use dialogue for solve problems instead of taking up arms for solve problems. Arms not ever help anybody. Look Russia and Ukraine today. They don't fight over 4 years, not so. Then get all the weapons in the world. But the fight done. No, it don't be done, me man. Because every day people in the bomb. Look Gaza, Israel. Thousands don't die. The war don't done. No. So fight is not in the interest of anyone. You go begin fight today. If you say, well, you begin today, they don't have tomorrow. Because you go say you get trained past the other copy. No. What in bad say perfect, Remy? Now when you get trained past man, then the man say you, that nako you not be at the tower today. Yeah, Remy. Remy, that fight today. Remy, you don't see who's man, you beat man, say you beat man, you say tired. You weak. You understand also? Even though you get trained past, you get all you beat and say what's in life day, it's still the tower. Where you born picking then picking and then they can, they still they continue the fight. So fight, war, they in the interest, violence, not in the interest of anybody. What is in the interest of we all, na dialogue. Where the election being contentious in 2023, if we be say or use violence for solver, today will be perfect. Maybe we need yourself.
Of course.
No, so but we use dialogue for solver. Today the country they move on. Would have for go selling and Bacha Street today pana for let it survive. So for we believe say dialogue na the best form of conflict resolution mechanisms. We can disagree for agree. APC Kisidwanda mean as una SLPP, but all the na salon. The APC the objective now for win power. SLPP objective now for win power, not to for bring war. So not to fair. Now ideas, politics for be about ideas and not for be about violence. What you get for offer the people. Put on a table, talk about her, campaign with her. You understand? Not use violence for get her. They use violence for get what you want. Now ideas you they use for make you get what you want. That na the brand of President Bio. Now I make for we can boastfully and respectfully tell Salon people there how much President Bio like this country. Because he not only don't suffer for the country, he don't work for this country. He not to lead a normal way, come out now the country years and come back. No, he don't fight for this country, hand mark there. So for we appreciate the day, we welcome the day, and we will, as a political party, continue for work with government, the line ministries, development partners, for make sure say we continue for do better for the people where the war affects.
Well, it's very important. The good thing is that the National Remembrance Day is collective and it's a joint celebration. We are in, it cuts across. It's not a political thing, but all the political parties, they all come together and sell unions and believe it's very important that we discuss issues around what's going to happen and educate the new generation for them to understand that the 11 years will come up. If any one of them want to be part of then if we understand exactly why people still really no one follow. We go back to how we come on and let we continue for preach the peace and national cohesion who we deserve inside the country. But let's talk about the president's speech, New Year's speech, and the president titled in speech here of action, and we all know what the action mean, and it's time for implement all of the policies, time for implement all the development what President Bio talk about. And now statements we don't make several times. I remember at a point when they host an event at Bintu Money for President Bio. Even though President so conscious in the sense that he have friends that in agenda still there and he still get time as a president. So only one everyone for come out for power, for understand that, then for work towards the agenda, and he's still in a power. That is very important. That shows that the president still want for work for sale unions. And in all of they come and put on part of his speech a year of action. And he say there is going to be a drastic policy shift, change, ensure that the common citizen feel you know, field development, and even the budget where the Minister of Finance will go in to talk about is a poor budget for citizens. But how significant this be, you know, for Sierra Leone when the president don't say this na area of action, you know, in all the part of the government, and it means the action for the come up from in all.
Let me the SLPP government need to look for flag bearer. Let me repeat this, let you listeners then get unclear. The SLPP party and government will not look for flag bearer. What would they look for? What would they look for now? The next president of the Republic of Salone. Now will they look for? So for achieve that, there are certain things so you get for do. Because questions and the way they come up with president say this is a year of action. You understand, eh? With people that say, oh, for the past 7 years, you know, don't do that thing. Now you one can't take action. No. Every year gets a own development agenda. With that development agenda, they will get them from the big medium-term development plan. Mind you, every 5 years, would they develop manifesto. From that manifesto, where the election done, would they transform into a national development plan. Where now in the country they use for carry development go before. Inside that national development plan, now the Ministry of Economic Development, now then the host them, now then the driver, supervised by the Office of the Chief Minister. You understand? So every year, from that national development plan, every year, would they set ourselves as a government, as a party, would they set ourselves a target, what we want to achieve, under the big umbrella. You understand? The big umbrella is the National Medium-Term Development Plan. So from that medium-term development plan, now they would draw the agenda for the year. So this year, the president saying a year of action, and we don't buy them. So that doesn't mean for the past 7 years we'll not do nothing. No. When we come 2018, Remy, you know, we say we bring free quality education. We come out from 6344 to 6334 education system back again and return to one shift system and make sure say we pull the barrier, we make picking another go school. That was our biggest political commitment. You remember the debate? We President Bio Bitinap said they do a lot of people be there outside the pull the money. You don't get money for doing, but outside the pull up. But he proved he jump all outstanding, and at the end of the day, implement the free quality education. What will come now 250,000 picking the go school. Today, Remy, we get all over 3 million picking we did at school just because we removed the access. So we achieved that, Andy. We do a lot of things on that, Andy. 2023, when we come, we say waiting. Feed Salon, not so the big 5 game changers, but the big umbrella under Dandy now Feed Salon. Feed Salon don't begin over 2 years ago, and just last year, where WF people report now do, what happened? 39% of the rice when they buy now inside Salon now they buy them. Salon importation of rice don't reduce 8%. We mean say Salon they save up to $13 million now. Paris. Then they may say, we do progress. Not so. We don't begin produce rice na Tomabon. We produce hundreds of hectares of rice for the past 2 years na Tomabon. You understand? Irrigation don't go 95 to 96% na Tomabon. For get large scale rice production na Tomabon. The irrigation did it. We don't bring money loans for farmers. Over 300,000 farmers across the country get for be supported. In 2026 alone, new banks they don't come under the agriculture project them for make sure say we give farmers them money, give farmers them opportunity to access to loan, soft loan them where they give them. So they mechanize the farming, investment opportunities they within the farms. As I talk so now, Remy, for the first time in the history of Salone, for make a Salone sitting president be invited at the World Economic Forum. Right now, President Biodede, he was invited. You remember last year, no, so he go to the G20, now South Africa. So again, they invite him at the World Economic Forum, where the big players, they're all in the world economy. They all did it. They don't invite President Bio. And part of the events, and they will go for so. Now, for make sure, say, a whole side event, then we donors them, where they can boom the agriculture sector. We go come invest in the agriculture sector because agriculture alone get the potential for create over 5 million jobs for Sierra Leoneans if we invest it very well, which we did do. So for we, that was the 2023 agenda. Now that agenda they would only build on up to this point. Now, when the president say the year of action, it means say it just means say like when you go now airport, not so. There are processes until the plane gap. One of that process where you get in the airport, the gate for they check your passport, whether you first qualify for enter inside the airport. No, so or you enter there, you go through a whole immigration process, check your bag. You understand? Before you face the ticket, people and tag you bag, blah blah blah. Then you go sit down away immigration don't do with you. Not so. Where it say that they announce a time for boarding. Not so. You dey go now and load na the plane worker a go take na the runway who say ready for takeoff. Now they would dey now. So why am I saying this? Hear me. What to make we get to this point? For the past 3 to 4 years, the world faced with serious economic problems. You understand? Where both Salone and other economies don't they grapple with economic situations them, not the whole world. One, we get the Ukraine-Russia war. Not also, we hit the wall. We done the Hamburg, because the world, no man is an island, and no man stands alone. The way the global economy, the work, intertwine. You understand? All thing now the global supply chain intertwine. If one of the big players within the global economy is affected, everybody they be affected. They can say where two elephants they fight. Now the grass now they suffer. Not so. Between 2019 and 2022, we be experienced the coronavirus. Now there are other scholars we can argue say, okay, but other parties have get Ebola. Okay. The other party will get Ebola come, not so. But Ebola not affect the big economies where they help the world. And the big economies where they control the global economy and the global supply chain. It not affect them at all. Now just few countries, developing countries, Ivory Coast, Liberia, where you come out Congo, not so, Liberia, Cage Guinea. So that maybe means say the global powers be able to come in heavily and help we, right? Now when the corona come, the corona different in so many ways. Because the corona, the one themselves way for help we. Now then the corona can't hit. The corona hits them so hard to a point that every economic activity in the world was shattered. Every economic indicator from IMF to World Bank, you understand, to Harvard to MI, all the economic podium them. You understand, including the New York Stock Exchange, everything fall. It go down to zero. Now what's in that they happen? I tell you just not say they can say where two elephant defects, now the grass they suffer. We the developing countries been get for suffer more because what's happen? India alone, India and Pakistan, India alone be produce per month over 10 to 15 million metric tons of rice. Because of the corona and the farms and people they die. You understand? And so then most of the farms they be get foreclosed. That one they make the production of rice remove from 15 million metric tons to 1 million metric tons. It happened, the same thing happened in Pakistan. You understand? We done the and they can say we read the economics. They can say we demand outweigh the supply. Waiting they happen. It cause scarcity. Not so.
Definitely.
And where it cause scarcity, waiting they happen. Prices they shoot up. Not so. These are simple class 1 economics. So the prices of commodities, I remember Max Line, the big shipping companies, agency the way they ship things there for country. Because Salone, we economy, 70% of waiting Salone they use inside this economy now import to the importer. So imagine if the global economy, global supply chain become affected, waiting they happen. Imagine 70% of what we eat now import to the importer. So it begin to affect we heavy one. You get me? It affect we hugely. Now it make rest shoot up. Prices of basic commodities, what they import inside country, shoot up. Even the one they produce, because some things they need for produce certain commodities in country, you get for import and for make it come. So we use between 2019 to 2024, we use them for stabilize the economy. You understand? And Salone, when you read the 2023-2024 IMF report, where you read that, Salone are one of the countries that will not default by any international debt obligation at all. Ghana defaults, Nigeria defaults, because they'll not be able to handle the shock with the coronavirus and the supply chain eruption, the shock what it brings to them. I remember very well, because we don't learn in President Bio and the team who he gets, now Ministry of Finance, get the experience and the requisite skills. What is Salome do quick one? Salome get for withdraw $20 million from the Bank of Salome and help the business people with raw capital, cash. They give the raw cash. What did they do for them? It makes sure say they get huge capital for import commodities like they. You remember Liberia, rest loss. You know, remember? They be the kaya take rest, and go Liberia. Not so. Liberia, they sell rest $100 for bag. Still, you know, be there, they make line. Salone, throughout the corona. The only thing we lost small for a few days, you can remember, me and you can talk about Yabas. You know, remember?
I remember.
Say Yabas. No, so Yabas lost.
It sparked the debate as well.
It sparked debate a little bit. Not so. Down there have been just few weeks. But then, we ramp up production, quick one, na put local, and we ramp up importation. So Salone be one of the few countries in the world during Corona, where even though commodities then go up, Remy, but the commodities be there in country. Remy, if you ask me, a better let rest in a market, let rest there, but a day where they go fair now for buy, not so. Imagine if you there no day, then a double punishment. But during we own economic recovery, we make sure say even though the commodities are expensive, we make sure say the commodities are in country. We don't move from down there. Because of them prudence fiscal policy then what we take between 2022 to 2025. Waiting down they lead we to, I tell you. You remember when the new Leone come? A lot of bashing been there, not so because when the new Leone come first, we currency depreciate, not so the dollar appreciate, it go up. Not so will Leones fall for some time. Not so everybody begin holla. But today where are we? If I remember 2 years ago, we go na bank December. Remy, not to all money that they give.
Yeah,
if our money no they forget, say we go na bank for go take 10 million 2 years ago, that they give 2 million, that they give 3 million. Not so that they say money no they. You remember not so? So what we don't do? We make the flight don't reach now. Now the flight don't reach now the runway. We make the pilot President Bio on the 1st of January 2026 announce say fasten your seatbelts, get ready for kickoff. That is where we are now. What will make we get to that point today? Because between 2023 and 2025, all the economic indicators report will come out from IMF, World Bank, WHO, you understand, MCC. All of them show say Salone economy don't stabilize. I can give you the factors we make we say so. Remy, me I used to there, I would talk practical because we in SLPP we talk practicality. Not so. In between 2020 to 2021, you find out say the exchange rate be the fluctuate. Not so. It can go to 2,700,000, 2,600,000, 2,500,000, and so no more. Remy, I can tell you say for the past 2 years, the exchange rate na Salone don't stabilize. Not so. It don't really stabilize. Where you go now, then we tell you say 2,350,000. No so. 2,365,000. Now they no more a day for the past 2 years. That is stability in the economy. We don't achieve that. Now, let's talk about inflation a little bit.
Yeah, because also that's very important, you know, and I know most people agree that they are progress, but also for like reflect on the poor people is also a challenge. And you know, even though you mentioned rest, even though rest don't count on, but it's also a challenge sometimes because most people look at the minimum wage, your salary compared to some of them goods sending, you know, and someone say if you don't buy rest part of his salary, then how you go do now for getting plus as money? Because sometimes but accessibility is also very important. I wouldn't say any for Canatong. How expensive it be for Canatong because now what's in the use, you know. Okay,
let's talk about minimum wage a little bit before I land on this point.
Yes.
Where we can outside the minimum wage. Remember, between 2012 and 2013, because of the production of huge iron ore in this country and the prices of iron ore in the world market, Salone be considered the fastest growing economy in the world. Not so. By then, the former government not even touch the minimum wage because if they consider we the fastest growing economy in the world, something for change, way for reflect the lives of the ordinary people. By the time they take power, the iron ore prices don't drop. In fact, when we take power in 2018. African minerals don't close. African mineral alone been getting staff turnover of about 1,200. We inherited liability in the London mining be don't close. London mining all alone been getting staff capacity and turnover about 1,300. All of the one and they became jobless. Now we inherit them. We inherit all the liability and they and problems and they will take over. Imagine if now we be in a power, we Salone became the fastest growing economy. We say this country for don't go. Even though we take power, we meet the economy on life support. When they say life support, because people they argue. We meet the economy they run on bank overdraft. When they say bank overdraft, you get account. We say AYV can send you not so. Now when they say bank overdraft, now when you go, the bank know you, they sabi you, they know say your salary in the under they run. There you go. If you go now 1,000 below left day, then you go take 5,000. That means you don't overrun your account. Not so. That is what they call bank overdraft. So now so the economy be the own. Even as that, what will take over? What you will do? Quick one within 6 months. we been get for increase the minimum wage. Not so. Today the minimum wage at 800,000. Now this country. Not so. The new budget. Yeah, what is say by April? Waiting they happen. Not so. The minimum wage they go to 1,200. Not so. That means we a people-centered political party.
But
we put the people now.
But
1,000
also is a concern for some business people. That increasing the minimum wage to 1,200 is also a burden on them because
not a burden. You know why?
Because business are not working the way you expect. So
no, they are. I tell you when the data they inform we. We not just grab no more and raise minimum wage. Now the data what we they get. The data what they get they show say GDP they go. The business is booming. More investment is coming. Business people are flourishing. We not don't raise any tax for the past 2 years. None, zero. When you read the budget, nothing no they like tax. Read the Finance Act, nothing no they like tax. You understand? And if I were to do with tax, things and way they come out overseas more than things and way businesses and way they produce in country, so that we're able one for create fair space, so that business and way they work in country go able for thrive, go able for give more work to local people for make they able thrive. So from waiting the data they inform you, which have been tested by both IMF and World Bank, when then they look the economic, now they look with economy how it go, and they talk honestly within the happen to the economy. With GDP stand for grow by 5.6% by 2027, which is good. And as we don't set in 2018 will come if the corona not be stuck. Because we count rapid and rugged fiscal policy that will implement them. If the corona not be hit we and draw we back, believe me, like a different story we talk by now. But even as that is why you need a government we want people centered, we determine for put people and before, we determine for work for people and invest in the people, not so for invest in itself. Most of the capital investment the world don't do, we don't invest in people. Because we invest in people, we don't invest in healthcare. Where today don't see say infant and maternity don't reduce, infant and maternal death don't reduce by 70%. Today na salon, before we can power, if any 100 women go born, 40 they die. Today na salon, if any 100 women go born, less than 5 now then they die. That is progress. Now the investment what we do in the sector, the training, the capital investment what we do, the reforms and what we do in that sector, the education. We don't increase the budget drastically. Where they show now say we pay capital income for education. Don't increase. More picking the access education today na salon remi than ever before. That is progress. That is investment in people. Today, over 300,000 to 400,000 farmers they get direct support from government. They get concession and loans from government. Then rest and they wait in the plan. Not to all they come back to government. Now soft loan them. So in the way they do government, they give them seedlings for plants. Where they carry their life and support their business.
How governments monitor some of them processes, and because that's very important. I remember somebody really tell me that say, most of the rest who they produce as a nation, them that country rest. Now most people they like because of inequality. People they take the rest and they go to another countries. Syrians will for benefit from the rest and they will not able for benefit from them.
So that is where we all get a role for play. Because if government they implement programs, we as citizens for be seen they complement the effort of government. So when we say year of kickoff, when we say year of action, it means say now all the things that we don't gain for the past 7 years, we don't bring them all and say 2026 will double up with effort. So now I make the pilot when a President Bio they now say take your seat, fasten your seat belt. The flight is getting ready for kickoff. Now I make when the president say this na year of action, we don't make gains, we don't make progress, the economy don't stabilize. Now what do they do? Rest prices they between 590 to 620, not so. 2026 will be fed for put and down more. Fed for put down the fuel price more per liter. First for invest more in the feed salon, invest more in the agriculture, give opportunities to more farmers, bring more money in the economy, stabilize the energy sector, invest more money, make sure say we able to generate more electricity, so we energy sector go be stabilized. Make sure we invest more in the health sector, tangibles. Like the first class maternity hospital na Kono, tangible. You understand? Make sure so we continue to invest in the education, expand the education sector. Make sure so we continue to build more schools, so that we'll open up the space for make people picking them access more education. And by doing so, everybody get up determined for say this 2026 is a year of action. We mean say when you wake in the morning every week as minister appointee for evaluate yourself. What you achieve this week? Does it worth it? It means you for able continue for this office. You forget urgency in what you do. Anything what you do for be urgent. You understand? If you for build water well na Songo, by tomorrow morning you for don dey Songo machine and they not to story. Boku meeting not for day pana. If we say na Songo we operate today, by tomorrow machine they don't arrive there. By next tomorrow we don't dig the water well. Thursday president don't go open now. This is the year of action where the president they require everybody for double up the effort for make sure say we do everything possible for make it affect positively the lives of Sierra Leoneans. Now I make if you see the budget. The budget is pro people, pro jobs. Now the budget down the will read this year. We want to ensure say we invest in areas where they create thousands of jobs for young people. I tell you just now in the mining sector, people then can say SLPP not done create jobs, better jobs. I be they watch the data just now at the laugh. All what we need as SLPP and the government and as the PRO for the party, now down they are the champion. For put men and women together, we go drive home the message. Remy, both Africa Minerals and London Mining alone, we close before we come. They get a staff capacity of about 3,000. When they close, then staff they all be they afloat. Today as I talk so, we don't bring 6 new mining companies, 6 new mining companies where they mine. If not lie, Remy, if not lie, they lie. Where you cross Obere, just go by McKinney, you see the work by USSF, the train line there, the motorcar, even the quota, the dirty road almost cover. Not so. So side the way they reach on the highway, man the whole flag. We then company then they would don't bring, then get now today a staff capacity of about 6,700 direct employment. 6,700 direct employment. We show say the 3,000 where the former government left behind. As a result, where London Mining and Africa Mining are closed. We not only don't can absorb them into the new mining companies we bring, we don't add to the workload. We don't add more staff capacity. Who are they? Are they foreigners? Remy? No, not a foreigner there.
But by the way, they are still massive on employment.
Of course, but there have been massive effort. Look, the Ministry of Health. Just this year, the Ministry of Health, they hire 3,000 new health workers when they give pin code. And now they don't make the, you see, SLPP, now I make them say SLPP sabi fight for power, but we know sabi protect them because we're too democratic. The Ministry of Health alone, Remy, don't pull a portal now na do it in our website. You don't need contact again or lobby, forget pin code. Just go there, upload all your documents. If you qualify, then get independent panel where they sit down and review all of them cases then they, and you get your pin code without you not talk to nobody, just going through the process. Then process then they now oversee no more you say and where you go online, put your documents, wait it and text you say, hey, we still the review documents, where you qualify, then text you back or send you email. You know that, not so they send you email, say, hey, you don't qualify, come so time for interview. Now we see them sitting there. Because we want to make sure say every Sierra Leonean benefits from the national cake of Salone. That is who we are as SLPP. That now we identity. Now I make them say Sierra Leone People's Party. Okay. You understand? And not say some People's Party. This is Sierra Leone People's Party. So Sierra Leoneans for benefits for me. Now I make anything where we they do. Now people will they put na the center. Let me na the PRO for SLPP now we didn't have power. Not so. I don't get job na the government, but I'm working for the party. Not to me they so, and they work day in, day out. They make sure say they put out the information. That is who we are as SLPP. We are selfless. Whether we eat, we not eat, as long as the greater good of the country is being achieved. We are okay as a party. That is what President Bio stand for, and at that now we identity. We will continue for do all of them thing and 2026 will the accelerator because in 2026 alone, the Ministry of Agriculture, backed up with all the other presidential initiatives them on agriculture, energy, climate change, where we stand for create more than 15,000 new jobs in the agriculture sector with the investment that we on the pipeline inside this 2026. Remy, this not a fiction, a fact. Go on social media today. You see young lady them where they into farming. You see, you know, they see Antrade. Not so. Facebook, you open Facebook now. You see young lady them who are they into maize farming, who are they into granite farming. You see today, not so. Where then the cultivator in fact listen one lady na Lamra na in radio. Then there's here. Where they say they encourage Sierra Leonean for going to maize farming because the maize, the one that we get there in poultry, now they use. So a market not so large, you understand? A market not so big that the maize what they produce, tons of maize not do. You understand? The people that they can't buy them, people they make line for buy them for man. That is business opportunity. That is what we do as SLPP. That young lady or the other young man that we don't open. Remy, today under SLPP, there are more than 3,200 poultries today inside this country. You understand? We get thousands of farmers, private farmers, who own farms, where they farm, where they use them, where they get money from them. I mean, they look the other lady, then there's in fact, in they produce egg now, they teach. Here in family, they left Australia, they can't salon for open poultry. The poultry don't big say now in a teacher. And they learn other people online how to do poultry farming. That is progress, Remy. And we know they stop. We are not stopping. We're not tired. We want to make sure, say, every Sierra Leonean feel the impact of what in the government they do. Feel the impact of the party.
I think because of that, most people then just believe, say, it's high time we're going for the organic egg. And that is, see, most people, they ask for, you get organic egg?
Yes.
As you say no, then they left
you.
Then go fence outside.
People then look imported, preserved. No, now, I go now one poultry in a Hastings, Remy, the egg is so fresh. I say, they want a salon. He say, yes, send a salon. And then get the market. Salon get the market. In fact, they even send an out Liberia. They even send an out Guinea. They send an out Liberia and Guinea for go sell. You understand? The market there for them. That lady, the way they produce that corn. The one the way they make the way they mend the fall. Now the corn that they buy. You understand? They buy, say, in fact, some man don't put in now for ton. They don't get the money ahead. So as the corn that they dry now, other man gets her. Before that businessman they come for the corn, they don't sell them. So we encourage the government, they continue for encourage people them for go into farming. Money they not ground, Remy. This ground also don't so pan money they. You understand? So as a government, 2026 na accelerated action. The president is saying
the president currently in the World Economic Forum inside Switzerland.
Yes,
they engage. A lot of people as well. I see the president meet with the president of Arab Bank for Economic Development in South Africa.
Yes,
and it's very important. This is what the president said. Is not traveling because he feel like.
No.
But also meeting with them people they are engaged them.
No, me and one possibility talk. Then this year we get political debates. Now say you don't ever see the world map. Now I say no. Now I say pull her up na your phone, but now I pull the world map up na your phone. You get tablet, so the world map show fine. Now I say show me Salomba na the world map. You understand? Now I look. Now I pull in glasses. Now I say why they pull in glasses? Say no because I want to see fine. Now I put in glasses. You know why? Because when you look at the world map, Salon na like dots, not so dots, small dots. You might wear in glasses first before you able to identify Salon. Na the world map. So Salon a small dot, na small country. So when your country is small, you get to be seen as a leader, the leader for day among the big players. Because plenty country in there, where they be the mention Salon. What you remember? Blood diamond. Oh, that country we get blood diamond and get war. You understand? Now that they no more. So when investor you read down this F, you know they come. But if investor begin see that they see una leader, they go. Imagine the World Economic Forum now the biggest. You know, say Donald Trump, you know, they move no more public play. And it's that way Donald Trump they get benefits in a goodie. For let's see Donald Trump can at Switzerland at the World Economic Forum. There's no other better economic forum. Sideway you go lay your country in case for investment. Open up your country for investment than that kind platform day. So when the president travel is targeted, imagine that World Economic Forum. The president, you know, they even send vice president because the big players, the people that will get the money, they don't want to talk to a middleman. The business now at the world, Remy, middleman no for that You understand, man, they want to see the president. Say, okay, for the fact that I see the president, now investor confidence first. Down there, investor confidence. They give them, they put you ahead. The country, they put you ahead. Because that investor, they go and tell the investor, I sat with the president. We spoke. The president gave me confidence. So if now any government guarantee, investment guarantee you want, you already don't create familiarity with the president. He's the first gentleman of the country. He's the fountain of honor. There's no better way for Duam than through His Excellency, the president. You dey get me? So now he make the president, they travel and they for make sure say in as much as we small. Let me Lord check now today. As we see now, today now this country will produce we own sardine under President Bill. Not so. As we see also now this country, first they will produce we own cement inside Salon now. Not so. It happen. As we see also now we produce we own iron ore inside Salon. Not so. These are all investors inside Salon. We produce oil, they exporter. Not so. Now inside Salon. They get me go na John Obi, see the fish waiting and call where the Chinese that they try for put up for begin process with fish now for access the European market. We already don't get close for hit the European market. We now they hit the Asian market. We hit the Chinese market. The diplomacy now we dey na economic diplomacy. Now in day now economic diplomacy. Not so that diplomacy we na been boku na business now. Donald Trump don't change the whole global order to business like. So anytime we they go engage now. you for engage at the highest level. Where they not job they negotiate, not to post it, they say now INSSF they negotiate, not to so. Although you know they move, they call you why? Because they say he who pays the piper, now they dictate the tune. The amount of trade deals and we don't shop them negotiate. Remy. If it be BC America and a developing country, Donald Trump for don't travel past any other person in the whole world. Not so, but because now then they call the shot, most people they go to White House for go meet them. So when President Bio travels out of this country, not to for waste salon money, no, President Bio had an opportunity for seize power in this country and hold on to power and continue for rule salon. He said no, as a young man, he gave it up. He gave it up and went away. Remy, if he at that young age, Remy, right now, then give President Bio calling a money and say, no, you're not the new president, yeah, Remy, the man can't shake you, no. But as a young man at that time, he gave it up and went away. So it was not for money, but he did it for the love of this country. So if President Bio left this country, Remy, now for make sure say he go lay the case, and there's no better person for lay the case for Salone than the president himself. Not so. No other better person don't they for engage with the big global powers than the president himself. If not, Donald Trump no go come na Switzerland, na the World Economic Forum. He go say, Marco, because so he can call him foreign minister, Marco. He go say, no, Marco, you go. Not so. But now INSSF they go there because they know what it mean. Instead they look for investment for America. Such as so Salone they look for investments for INSSF. Government no get all the money for change this economy, for change this country. Now only when investors and come in. People in the way they can work, now they come in the way they na Salone. When nobody know they ask them, which are you come out, which are you born, then they thousands then they work, then they able for feed them family, then they able for grow, Remy. This is what the SLPP sign up to do, for make sure say we be the sacrificial lamb for the people. Let the people then give we the praise. We know they take praise for ourselves. Now he make in as much as we don't do so much. Every year, the president, they say, we have to double up. 2026, now make it declare and say, year of action. That doesn't mean we don't take action. No. We don't take action on so many fronts. But every year, because the president is never satisfied for say the country develop. He's never satisfied for say Salone gets to the middle income economy. Now he make with the work tooth and nail. So what are we doing as a party? As a party, SLPP, we don't take that president in statement. What we make on the 1st of January as a party, we don't internalize them, we don't absorb them, we don't communicate them to all we structure. You know, say SLPP is the biggest political institution in sub-Saharan Africa. So not only Salone, we are the biggest. Even sub-Saharan Africa, we are the biggest political institution. We get the coverage, we get the numbers, we get the people, we have the structure. We don't talk to all we structures them across the globe that, hey, we need for a focus with attention. 2026 is a year of action. We have to make sure we complement the president's effort by making sure we monitor all MDAs for make sure say they deliver. Making sure we complement the effort of all MDAs. If they go to program, na district, na chiefdoms, na community, we for make sure say we participate. Work with them as a political party for make sure say they deliver. People will know they deliver. Internally within the party structures, will they begin call them by name? Will they begin talk to the president for make sure say them people and they let them give way and let other person we ready for take up the armor and work in line of the year of action. Made them take up that leadership day because we want to make sure say we continue for make more roads. Few days ago, we don't launch the road where they connect Tonkolili, where they connect the south and the east. The road from Mile 91. No, you know that road, they know.
Yes.
Go catch Magburuka. Where they go Atina Yile down there, where they go catch Magburuka. We don't launch that road day. And at the soldier themselves, now they make that road day. Where that road they complete, they connect Tonkolili to the south completely. So you don't need
for events.
You don't need for use Mashaka now you want go bo. You can just use Tonkolili, Magburuka, you branch, you use a smooth quota, can catch Mile 91 and go bo. This is what the SLPP signed up for. This is what President Bio signed up for. With development, no boundaries. Whether you're not Mende, whether you're not Timini,
and I think
whether
that are the biggest concern for Sierra that we not get road where it connects from the north to the south. And I think with this project it helps a lot. Where you don't need for come up, Bo, you drive Punkam, Mile 91 before you go inside. Mashaka.
Before you go,
before you go right inside.
Yeah, but when you reach 91 now, you want to go McKinney and the north, you got the branch. And when you reach yonder, you can go Kono, you can go Kabbalah, you can go Tonkolili, you can go Bombali, so you don't see, so na shortcut now. This is what they call tangible development, where they impact the lives of the people. And all that area they now, the one they always they do agriculture and other farming, they able get quick access to the road for make them bring their commodities in a junction. Trust me, in the next 2 years, Tonkolili they open because I mean my 91 junction they open because you get for they see all kind business and the candy because people in the able pull now they get access to good road for bringing candy. That is what we do, Remy. But Remy, as young people, we need for take the advantage. We need for make use of the advantage. Not sit down no more and say, oh no, we don't claim me. I just the hang on a lumbly way more to carry the pass. No, identify yourself with a development agenda, identify yourself with a trade. Because government no they able to honor you. For example, government they take policeman for being go and arrest young man there. No, steady bongo, let God give and good road side they sing a music where you say waiting. If person they beg you fish every day, say learn how for fishing. So if government don't lay the foundation there, and you also say waiting, say we person they send water, what you for do? You say curb you back. Not so. You as young people, we for take advantage of the opportunity they are. You get me? Go ask questions for yourself. Learn trade by yourself. Go join something and learn trade and make yourself useful. You get me? Not so. Make yourself useful. Because not to present BO they can go and say, no, young man, you go, you and look that drug, go take her. No, now you your choice. So you yourself as young people, you will get for take advantage of the country in agenda. You get for take them up for yourself. Remy, there are thousands of young people today where they use social media for make money, entrepreneurship. They market them goods them online. You get me? Buy them data, go online, market them things. Look inside AYVR, then household design. Young man they didn't know the land they skill and they Remy, if some man they design you host for you. You if you say na heaven the host come on the candle. Young man they, if they do electrical work inside, these are skills. Some of the skill training itself we not to degree and master's job, Remy. If they pay people more than where you go work as PS, they give you 5-6 million we mondo. Some man they do business, we mondo they get 10-15 million. As turnover, as profit, more way than you if you will get your degree or we get your masters. You only get for make sure say you make use of the opportunities we are available. And as a government, that's what we're doing. Every day, day in, day out, we make sure say for create the opportunities, create business friendly environment. So that way you can salon the business friendly environment reports we come out. Salon are one of the countries where easy for register your business. Very easy. 24 hours. Remy, don't register business and salon. You are done with it. Where other countries they get so many bureaucratic process. Salon don't get dandy. We don't pull that barrier there. You can register your business today. Tomorrow you don't begin operate. That is what we want to do. Private institutions they now, Lincoln Queen Day, other private colleges they where they learn new skills them, where you make use of and I don't see boku media consultancy they now. People where they make them but they make jingle. All of them things and then are economic activities where they earn new money. So we serve as citizens, no matter what in government they do, we need for take up we serve and make use of the opportunities we are available and make we self part of the economy. The economy is not going to make itself part of you. You have to make yourself part of the economy. What we do as government are for create the environment, bring the fiscal policy there, make sure say the country is peaceful, the environment is friendly for investment. Now I make today under we government plenty investment day. America no more for the first step. Don't invest over $500 million. That's alone. You understand? That's alone. Two private investors there. Then they are the deeper invest in energy sector, in mining sector, in so many other sectors there. So Remy, Sierra Leoneans need for take up the arm and join the call to action. The call we President Bio call not only for appointees, not for only we in a government, but a call on every Sierra Leonean that 2026 for be a year of action where we all go come together. From the political lens, we as a party they continue for put the government under pressure. The people and waiting at the government for make sure say we continue for deliver. Because 2028, Remy, where you go for go vote, you need to see government of Salompa you ballot box. What do they see? SLPP. This. Not what you see. So SLPP, whatever the government of Salon they do now, SLPP bears the greatest responsibility. If we succeed, SLPP bears the name. If we fail, now SLPP get for bears the name. So as a party, we know the Sidomo. Because Remy, by next year now, but who government appointees, you know they call again. I mean now they call. Why? Because when one law can show now, waiting the party don't do, wait for make people the elect we. Not so. And I me get for the come and other people and from the party get for the come and show tangible evidences to una the media, wait for make people the elect we. So before we get to that point there, within our governance, this is year of delivery. The party is not sitting down from the party chairman, Jimmy Batilo Songa. We all take go down to the last structure. We ready. We don't listen to the president. We don't take the president's word. We don't work with structure. We are going to work with government. We're going to work with them as partners so that we continue for deliver and make the year of action 2026 a reality so that Sierra Leoneans then go choose continuity over reversal. Because I think say the world they move fast now. We don't want any other body. Right now, Remy, for example, bring the opposition I had then this year where I know they just call them at this studio. Ask them. Say, hey, bo, when I say when I want rule salon, this is 3 years to election. When I show me when alternative finance minister, they don't get her. It no day, Remy. It no day. You dey get me not to so. All waiting they happen enjoy day. No, Remy, a party, any political party will serious to take power. You understand? By now, then forget sector debaters. You understand? And go forget person who go say, okay, this now is shadow finance minister. And they can't take on the finance minister one-to-one. This now is shadow minister of information. And they can't take on the me. So if you're able for say, but you know they
get some.
No, you know they.
But no, I don't. You know, then they go into the convention now. We then get them flag beer. I don't say them flag beer away for lead the party. Go get in shadow team. We are in. Then go before. But as is start now, then still not before get them flag beer.
When they say marry the sweet. Now when you know married, well, where this married? So quickly, Moses, as we try for close, the year of action is part of it's also the year of fighting against drugs in the country, because it's also a concern where I know say even in a party don't put out several press releases with regards to that. So is it part of the year of action that we for fight against drugs in the country we are in? We young people go for take ownership international development. You see, Saloma like bad news. You remember Cayman in music day? I don't know if you don't listen Cayman.
Yeah.
Saloma. The only news all they celebrate now bad news. Salomon, including the media, then they celebrate good news. Trust me. When last the media talk about Kush, for example, Remy, this is me and you now. When last the media talk about Kush?
Yeah, but
you see, we now
SLPP engagement also as well.
No, you see, we now, you know why? Because good news, then they plenty. We have made hundreds of arrests. You understand? Where the cases that they go on the court, where these are people who caught, we don't cut the supply chain. The supply chain, we don't cut them. Remy, we don't rehabilitate and bring back into society more than 3,000 young people will be involved in Kush. One day, any media don't call them for kind of interview them. No, we have invested billions for make sure say we rehabilitate young people. We be the take Kush and the rehabilitation center there. We get over 15 rehabilitation centers across the country. We will be done fully equipped. We every month, the turnover, the monthly turnover of young man and young woman there, where they commodity is over 250. The media they talk about no, but when it is bad, now in the media they pick up. When it is good,
we don't report several times.
No, we
don't bring it at the studio.
No, we not one no more. The noise we been there, we Kush been there, the noise we been there. That noise they know they again. We they expect say as a PRO, I they expect say that same noise for day for say the government don't take action. Yes, we put the government under pressure. They don't take action. They don't cut the supply chain. They don't arrest big people where they import that drugs. They didn't cut. They be embarrassed now. Government don't habilitate 10,000s of young people will be involved in that drugs. They don't bring them back into society. We don't give them startup kits. The media for go after their startup kits and they ask them what they do and how they do it and bring the good name of government. Not to all time for talk bad about government. It is good for put government under pressure. Yes, we take responsibility. But some of them bad and they so way people can turn for put government under pressure for. Now the same one they do. We be the talker. Where the Kush be there. Not so. Where they talk and say, some of the people they already holler so Kush. Now they're not the supplier. Now they're not the marketer. They are the agent. Oh, don't arrest Boku of them now. They talk no don't condom. Where are they today? They all they be embarrassed. We don't put them be embarrassed. So today the talk don't condom. Who they expect say where the talk don't condom, action have been taken. The same media for come back and can say no, the government in the shortest possible time, the government don't take action for Cobb Kush. It's unprecedented. The action the way the government take through the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, ONS, intergovernmental agencies, development partners, the coalitions who form with Interpol. You understand, with Interpol across other countries them, the borderline them, NRA and all the other security agencies them, the mechanisms who put in place within the last 3 months who were able for Cobb Kush among society, the media for able for talk about instead of talking about fake news. We not say putting at the media for able for praise. We say no, the government. This is the first time the media. Cause you remember people like Lamaran and not be the sleep day in day out na Kush, day in day out na Kush. You remember no so, but when last because good news are coming. The journalists don't talk about good news because good news don't put food on their table. Waiting and like na bad news. And we as government, that is not fair. If the government they do something we not right, you put her under pressure. But when the government take action and begin do something we right, you also for compliment the government in effort. For persistently they compliment the government in effort, which we know they get from the media. That is very unfortunate. However, one for report to Sierra Leone and say 97% of the kush supply chain we don't cut them. The government of SLPP under President Julius Maada Bio don't cut the supply chain. The community transmission of kush we don't cut them. A lot of the people and where they don't form community networks in communities in line with the police and the military. Where now they able to show early warning. Bam! If they see the American man can say where you see something, say something. Yeah. So a lot of community reports they become so we're able to cut the chain, the supply chain at community level. At the port level, the crossing point level, we don't cut the supply chain. The importation of the chemical and when they use to make them drugs and we don't cut them off. A lot of the one the way they bring a car, we don't arrest them. Then they attend court now. Then they attend court. The penalties we don't increase them. And also you been follow the chief justice, not also the penalties for people who define one thing, where the court define one thing as a result of the involvement in drugs, we don't increase them to many years. So all of them mechanisms and they don't make the kush epidemic in a salon don't almost wipe out. But we do them and one for continue for thank you to community people because the community really participated. Some media really participated in some quarters. We want the same media they now for begin for talk about the good things that we government don't do in that sector. They not only way bad thing happen. Salon way bad thing happen. You go see the last media because they want for use and for put the government under pressure, then get their own regime change agenda. We know of all of that. But we as a government, as a party, we are committed. We focus on the ball for make sure say we deliver for the people of this country. Remy, that is why you see, for example, the opposition flyers and they all over the country, but flag bearer, not so. You see anyone for SLPP physically in Ado? No, because we don't get for go fan flag bearer, Remy. Waiting the SLPP they look for now the next president of Salon. So for now, we are dogged. We focused for make sure say we deliver for the people of this country. This year, 2026, a year of action. Everybody for stand up, whether you're in opposition, you're in a government, private citizen, development partners, we all for double up with effort in 2026 for make sure say anything what we do for get positive impact on the life of ordinary man. If you do something for the day, we don't get impact on the life of any ordinary man, then you don't fail. So for our focus this year now for make sure say we continue for do things that will affect the lives of ordinary man. Bring down prices more. You understand? Make sure say we continue for open up the country. Improve the health sector. Make sure say we Sierra Leone and they go sleep. They're able to get the meal for eat. We make sure say Sierra Leone picking them able to go to school in a conducive environment and make sure say we continue for grow the economy by making sure we attract more investments into the country.
Right, Moses, thank you very much for being part of the show. It has been almost over 1 hour, conversation because it's very educative and, conversation, with the president. We discussed a range of issues with regards to development, the president of action, also some of the plans the president get for the nation, and them as a party, a political party, SLPP, go monitor, government activities for ensure that the president's vision be achievable at the end of 2026. Well, as we end this edition of News and Current Affairs show this day will return again tomorrow for a fresh edition. Many thanks to my studio guest, Moses Mambu, the National Publicity Secretary, the PRO of the ruling Sierra Leone People's Party. And